Next thing I want to talk about, nobody believes in the Second Amendment rights any more than I do. The Second Amendment has to do with bearing arms. But it's like the First Amendment rights. There has to be some limits on it. You can't holler fire in a crowded firehouse in a crowded theater. And you also cannot have a bazooka or an automatic fully weapon, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. It's been brought to my attention that we have people living nearby, coming to Chestertown, carrying stun guns. Stun guns are not illegal except in Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Howard County, and Annapolis. But they do hurt people. And the people that are carrying these things are not the kind of people that you want to have some kind of a weapon. So I would suggest that I would like to think that the council would consider passing an ordinance against carrying or possessing, not in your business, not in your home. If you want to have a stun gun in your home and get your kids in line or whatever you want to do, but they can really seriously hurt somebody. And I want to protect our police department. And they ought to at least be able to confiscate the doggone things if they're legally had. But right now they couldn't because they're not illegal. So they could actually shoot one of our policemen with a stun gun and then take his gun and finish him off. So I looked at all the ordinances. I went online. You can go online and check them. I actually like Baltimore City's best because it's a little longer. But Annapolis has a pretty good one. Howard County's not bad. I think we could take the good parts out of each one of those and pass an ordinance against carrying and possession stun guns. There's no need to have a stun gun. You don't see, the chief's out here now, you don't see any need for civilians to be running around carrying stun guns.
I agree with your point, sir.
Again, as I said, I'm a great believer in Second Amendment. I don't want somebody coming in my house and taking my weapons, and I'm not going to tell you how many I have, but I have a few handguns, but it's one of those things. Okay, I'll be glad to work on a bill with you if you'd like, to get an ordinance. If the council thinks it might not be, it's not going to hurt anything, it doesn't cost us anything, and it might save a policeman's life.
Oh, anything to get rid of a gun.
Well, it's not
Any gun.
I don't even like water pistols.
No, remember the problem we have with water guns?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we outlaw
We
brass
did.
knuckles, and we outlaw switchblades. Those things are, yeah, a stun gun is every bit as dangerous
It's
as either one
terrible.
of those.
I think it's awful people are using those around here. Oh,
And I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to name the people that I've heard that are doing that. Baltimore City arrested 200 people in the possession of their stun guns. So you know
well,
that.
I mean, is it, but it's got to be illegal for someone to turn a stun gun on somebody.
That's assault and battery.
Assault battery, of course. Jesus.
But I want to get them. If they want to keep them at home, let them keep them at home, but don't pack it in and go to the Bluebird and wherever.
We'll work with you,
Hey,
Marty.
Marty, just, the other thing I want to bring up is the hospital, okay? I just want to let the board know we've got to support the hospital, or we're gonna lose it eventually. You know, if you Google community hospitals, rural community hospitals, you know, bankrupt, closing, it's an epidemic across the country. I think that, I'm not gonna ask for anything tonight, but we need to support a strong community hospital. And let the world at large know that we're behind that. And that what is done is done. I don't think it can be undone, given the and I don't want to get into that discussion. I just want to put it on the record that I would like to see us someday in the near future pass a resolution supporting a community hospital, the Chester River Community Hospital, so that the decision makers across the state or across the bay realize that we do want this hospital.
Sure.
That's all.
Okay, anything from
We
anybody?
want a hospital, not an
Yeah.
emergency room.
Mhm.